Hey Leslie, this is Brian from Leadhounds, and in this video I'm going to show you 3 things that you can start doing to bring in more patients through your website. So before we get into those 3 strategies, I want to talk about the goal of the strategies. So I know I mentioned bringing in new patients, right? That's the real end goal, but how are we going to do that? And that's going to center around what's called buyer intent keywords. And those are basically words or phrases that someone's going to search on Google when they want to pay for a service. So in the case of Botox in the park, that might be something like Botox Seattle. So I went ahead and searched that on Google, and we can take a look at what shows up. So we have the maps right there, and then next there are the what's called the organic listings. And these are the websites that show up without having to pay any money to Google like you would for an ad. And these are going to be the most important part of the results because they get the vast majority of clicks from searches like this. You know, these websites get up to 90% of the clicks, right? If you're on the first page of Google. So right here we see some of your competitors in the Seattle area. We have Seattle Plastic Surgery, Skin Logic Med Spa, and we can scroll down and see if we can find Botox in the park anywhere. Okay, so that's the end of the first page and we don't see you. We'll go a little further just to make sure. I don't see it. So we're about 2 pages in and we don't see Botox in the park anywhere. And what that means is that all the people searching for Botox Seattle are going to be going to your competitors' websites instead of yours and scheduling appointments. So then you might ask, well, how many people even search this stuff? Like, do I even care? And we can actually answer that question using this tool called Ahrefs. So this basically gives us search engine data, and I went ahead and searched one of your competitors, Skin Logic Med Spa. So they were coming up near the top, and we can look at their keywords. So right there you see that keyword we searched, Botox Seattle, and we see that that gets 1,000 searches every single month. And look at Skin Logic, they're number 5, right? So they're showing up right near the top of those search results. And if you go down, you see more keywords that are similar to this, like Seattle Botox, another 700 people looking for that every month. Med Spa Seattle, that's good too, right? 350. You have other services like microneedling. And we see Skin Logic coming up on the first page, so in those top 10 listings for all these keywords. And what that means is they're going to have a ton of people clicking on their website, scheduling appointments. So why don't we take a look at the keywords you show up for? Okay, so I went ahead and searched Botox in the park. And if we look at your keywords, we see you come up first for Botox in the park. That's great. But if someone's searching for this, they probably already know about you, right? That's probably a returning patient. They're probably just looking for directions or something. And we see you do show up for Botox Seattle, but guess what? You're only in the 20th position. So that's on like the 2nd or 3rd page. And I can tell you, honestly, nobody is scrolling off of the first page to find a business they want to work for. They're clicking on something on the first page of Google. So how can you do that, right? How can you get to that first page and compete with competitors like Skin Logic Med Spa? Well, that's going to come back to those 3 strategies I mentioned. And the first of those is going to be the content on your website. And what I mean by that is the words that you put on your website talking about what you offer. What Google wants to see is about 1,500 to 2,000 words of content. So we can look at your website and it looks really good, very professional. Let's see your Botox page. Here we have neurotoxins. And if we scroll down, we see you have some good content here. Right, so this is a great start actually. You probably have about 500 or 600 words talking about neurotoxins and Botox. But let's take a look at Skin Logic Med Spa. So we'll go to their Botox page, and right away you can tell they have a lot of content about Botox, right? They have multiple paragraphs. You keep scrolling and there's probably 1,000 words of content here talking about this service. And look, they use those exact keywords, right? Seattle Botox, right? Seattle Botox again, right? I can tell you they're doing this on purpose because Google sees those keywords and that long format content, and they're going to reward them for this by moving them up in the search rankings. And look, their website doesn't even look that good. I think yours looks a lot better. But right now, the fact is they're beating you out online. Okay, so let's talk about the next strategy, which is called backlinks. So a backlink is when another website posts a link, like a URL or hyperlink, that goes to your website. And what that does is it tells Google that you are a credible business, because when they see another website talking about you, right, promoting your services, sending their own users to your website with that link, that gives them trust. And they're going to reward you for that trust by moving you up those search rankings. So we see that BotoxInThePark.com already has 4 backlinks. So that's a good start. But let's take a look at Skin Logic. So we see here that they have 376 backlinks. So they have way more than you, and I can tell you that that's probably one of the main reasons that they're beating you out for all those valuable keywords. So what can we do about that? Well, we can actually go and look at all of their backlinks. And we can get you your own link from each and every one of these websites. And what that's going to do is it's going to match the strategy that Skin Logic has been using to have so much success with all these keywords. But we don't want to stop there. We want to go ahead and add another 100 or 200 backlinks to your website so that you're not just matching Skin Logic, but you're blowing them out of the water. Okay, so that's backlinks. Let's talk about one more strategy really quick, and that's going to be that Google Map Pack that we saw earlier. So this is the section I'm sure you've seen where you have the little map and you have 3 featured businesses. So the third strategy is going to be to promote not just your website, but your Google Maps listing so that you're in these top 3 and you show up right here. Because a lot of people click on these 3 links right here. So that's going to be the third strategy, getting you in those Google Maps so you can take advantage of the extra traffic. All right, thanks so much, Leslie, for watching this video. I really hope it was valuable to you. If it was, just give me a call or shoot me an email after you're done watching and we can talk about next steps. All right, thanks.